There's a moment in healing when you realize you are not fighting your past. You are fighting the version of yourself who didn't know any better. For me, that moment came after years of gaslighting, betrayal, and rebuilding my sense of objective truth from the ground up. I kept revisiting old choices with new wisdom, judging myself with tools I didn't have back then. It created friction, a cognitive rift between my past survival instincts and my current clarity. What if my greatest regret wasn't a failure of character, but simply a mismatch in timelines? What if the mistake was just a younger version of me adapting to pressures she couldn't articulate, using tools she didn't know were temporary? That question changed everything. When I look back honestly, I can see the environmental pressures that shaped my behavior. I was surviving emotional instability. I was navigating betrayal without a map. I was operating with limited tools, limited truth, and limited safety. Those choices weren't flaws. They were adaptive strategies. They protected me until the moment they outlived their usefulness. And that moment, the moment a survival strategy becomes a burden, is where shame often tries to take root. But shame only grows when we forget the context. So I started a visualization that changed my healing. I imagined that uninformed version of myself standing in front of me. The one who didn't have boundaries, didn't have evidence, didn't have the emotional intelligence I have cultivated through years of rebuilding. I invite her into the present. I tell her, you did the best you could with what you had, and everything I am now is built on your effort. This bridges the emotional rift. It integrates the fractured timeline, but stops the internal tribunal. Instead of punishing myself for not knowing what I couldn't have known, I create a unified narrative. My past self survived, my present self understands. My future self leads. There's no fracture, only evolution. Radical self-forgiveness isn't passive, it's a strategy. When I apply it to my current goals, my creative work, my healing, my discipline, I eliminate fear-based stagnation. I stop hesitating because of old shame. I stop delaying because of outdated identities. I create a new internal contract, real-time adjustments over retrospective punishment, compassionate awareness over self-surveillance, growth over guilt. This contract keeps me from planting new seeds of shame that I'll have to uproot later. My current strength was funded by my past struggle. My clarity was paid for by my confusion. My boundaries were carved from the moments I didn't have any. I am not two versions of myself fighting for dominance. I am one continuous self, learning, adapting, evolving. I'm done carrying the weight of a version of me who didn't know any better. I'm done fracturing my own timeline. Today I release her. Today I integrate her. Today I forgive her fully, radically, and without condition. And in that forgiveness, I reclaim my future.